So, I just want to point out, like, in my realization, my great realization of true idolatry on all levels of existence, I realized that no one is naturally an idolater. In fact, all things done properly in accord with the natural order is not idolatry. Idolatry is, of course, giving our power to something other than that. And because Western society is so obsessed with God, it makes polytheism and monotheism look different. And I've been noticing this for a while, is that the only difference is who you attribute personhood to. The ground of reality or the beings in it. And as we do experience fate, so it's not groundless. There are people who are monotheists, and because causality happens, we wonder why we were born to the family we were. We wonder why we have the experiences we had that shaped us into who we are. So there is, and obviously the mechanization of causality, fate, karma, whatnot, divine command, it doesn't matter. It can be thought of as divine command. There's polytheism, the primordial ancestors that are undying emerged from the truth and provide the pattern by which truth follows. And it's more like a karma thing. Karma runs it. And the big version of karma is, of course, fate. The big picture, the macrocosm, whereas karma is the microcosm of causality. Is that actions in line with it produce good quality, good things. Actions not in line with it produce displeasing things. And, of course, our concepts of right and wrong can be manipulated. It's just possible. I'm not going to go into how right now. But I find that really interesting, and that's what I want to point out, is just the realization of idolatry. Is that nothing is divine but the divine. And that includes all the little spirits. That includes the earth, the sky, the sun. That includes the animals. That includes the humans. When we're living in line with it. When we're going against it, we're acting as a destructive force almost everything we do. Like, think about this. It's something I thought about. Is I'm a colonized individual. I'm Christianized, colonized, grew up in a modern industrial capitalist society. If I want to want to do a basic human function, I just want to eat a snack real quick. Alright, that's fine. I take my motorcycle, well, my moped, my whatever it is, my scooter, my mad dog, it's like a ruckus thing. I take my bike, and I buzz down to the store, and I buy me a snack. And I don't think really anything of it. I'm pretty desensitized to it, This is just what we do. And in the process, I've created a wrapper that will never disintegrate, a plastic wrapper. And this isn't my fault, this isn't the individual's fault. This is the overall institution we are living in, of course. But, so I don't want to blame people, but I accept responsibility. I hope that other people can accept their responsibility without someone shaming them. We don't need shame in our life, we need responsibility. Is that I act like a cancer all the time. In the process of me performing a natural human function, I polluted the air with gasoline. The oil I've spilt in the dirt changing my oil. It's a complete accident. Tried to clean it up. I dug up the soil with the oil in it so it wouldn't pollute the rest of the land. I tried my best, but I spilled oil on the dirt. That sucks. I feel really bad about that. That's like immoral, I think. And then I went and bought a prepackaged goodie. And not only that, it's cheap. It's based on paying the lowest prices to produce it and charging the highest price someone will actually pay for it to produce the most profit. So I end up getting something with palm oil in it that's giving me cancer. A little pastry, those 99-cent pastries at the store, those give you cancer, dude. By the way, fun fact. So it's completely against the natural order. It's against the natural order of what I should be eating. It produces garbage that's against the natural order, and it produces toxic pollution to the environment, to the natural order, just by me doing the most basic human function. And we wonder why there's an ecological crisis. We've been instructed that this is the natural order of things. And in the process, we have lived entire lifetimes. We've bought a lot of wrappers. We've bought a lot of food. We've gone out a lot of times. I'm going to drive tomorrow. I'm going to get on my bike. I'm going to drive around because I'm a member of this society. You know? But is this the good path? Is this the path of truth, of righteousness? No, it's not. This is just something that we have to be a part of, and we can influence the future, but that's all we can do as individuals, is try to live in the natural order and influence the future. That's why people have religions, because they're trying to do the best they can do. You know, everyone's doing the best they can do. I went on tirade about the natural order, but my whole point was that you can be of any tradition, of any type of ideology, of any culture, and be an idolater, including the Abrahamic ones, including politics, including government, including anything you worship. And you can, at the same time, you can practice any tradition, any culture, any ideology, and not be an idolater. Because you are worshiping the moon, not the finger. But if you worship the finger, you're fucked. I mean, it doesn't mean perpetually, because if we figure that out, we'll start worshiping the moon. And suddenly the lessons will make more sense. If we understand what they were looking at, what they were personally seeing, our heroes, our prophets, our peoples, if we personally understand where they were coming from, we'll understand their tips. It's like if we understand the natural order and we start looking at their life and their words and this kind of stuff, suddenly they all make clear sense. Doesn't matter if it's Buddha, it doesn't matter if it's Muhammad, Jesus Christ, Moses, like Zoroaster, Lao Tzu, fucking Adi Shankara, Dattatreya. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Odin, you know, any Hermes Trismegistus, literally any person, if they are, you will be able to judge whether they're coming from a good place. You'll be able to understand what they're saying. And you'll be able to call bullshit. You'll be like, that's bullshit. That's not bullshit, because you know the truth. So every finger pointing at the moon, they're pointing at it from a different direction. And suddenly we can understand all of it. That is a sacred thing. You know, I don't know if enlightenment exists, and I'm certainly not perfect, so, but maybe this is like a minor enlightenment. It's just realizing the natural order. And I had an Indian guy once say that I was empirically enlightened because I slept on the floor with the dog, and I said I was equal to the dog. But I'm certainly not Buddha. Man, I throw fits, I'm angry, I'm self-righteous. Like, I'm definitely not a perfected, liberated being. I'm full of attachment. You know, I've never found nirvana. I mean, no, I've had moments of nirvana, but I'm not a being who sustains nirvana. Too much clinging, too much trauma to work through, too much, I don't know what it is. But like John Trudell said, we have a responsibility to be honest about who we are. So I'll just say that, you know? But realizing the truth behind all religion and science and politics and the truth behind all human descriptions of truth is amazing. And I feel like it is fundamental to the spiritual journey, you know? And maybe as being just one of the millions of fingers pointing to the moon, I would recommend studying perception. I would recommend studying how the human brain creates perceptual concepts and images. That might be a start, but that's all the advice I could possibly offer. Everything else has been said already. Have a good one.